Welcome to another Woodclinched.com product review. I'm Andy Welfley. You see before you a dozen Marco pencils. This is the Grip-rite 9001 in the 2B variety. I can't really find these in the United States. I bought these on eBay through a company in China, and they were fairly cheap. It was about $4 for the dozen, and including shipping. Well, plus shipping. And I was intrigued. I like to just cruise eBay for different brands of pencils that I'd never seen before, and this caught my eye. The thing I really noticed about this was the colors. Each dozen includes 6 really beautiful colors. I just really love these. Another thing I noticed, much to my surprise and joy, is that they are triangular. Kind of check that out right here. I just love triangular pencils. I don't know if it's because of the way I grip the pencil or if it just looks a little bit different, but I just really like using them. This one, if you'll notice, is made... the wood is a little bit lighter color than traditional cedar. And I did some searching around, and it looks like this is made from a product called Cedar-rite, which, according to a penciltalk.org review of a previous Marco product, is not actually cedar, but a Chinese wood that's a little bit softer. I'll agree to that. I sharpened one of these pencils using the included pencil sharpener, which I would not recommend because it's not very good. It also makes a really long point on the pencil. It was a little bit softer to sharpen. I don't know how I feel about this because the wood feels a little bit softer too. I can just easily make a dent in it with my fingernail. You probably can't see that on this camera because it's a really poor picture quality. But I mean, it seems to work. It's not cedar, but it's not as bad as some of those like Office Depot pencils or something that you can buy. Now it's called Grip-rite, and I don't know if they are referring to the triangular barrel, if they're referring to the lacquer that's on the front of this pencil. It's not particularly grippy. I'm expecting something rubbery if I was to have it grippy. This is definitely fairly matte and just well lacquered, but it's not really grippy. So my guess is they're referring to the triangular shape of the pencil. Now, in using these, they are really smooth. They're pretty black. I would probably credit that more toward it being a 2B hardness rather than an HB. But it's very smooth. I am using rhodia paper, which is very creamy and smooth. But there's hardly any scratchiness at all to this pencil. It works really well. I will put it up with one of the higher class consumer grade pencils. Probably not as high as, say, like a Mars Lumograph, but probably around there with a nice Dixon Ticonderoga or something like that. Something that you're not going to be spending a lot of money for, but will work much better than, again, I don't mean to pick on the Office Depot pencils, but this really does work a lot better than those. It is a softer lead, so this particular variety is fairly smudgy, as you can see on the paper. I actually ordered on my eBay auction an HB variety of this pencil, and they sent me a 2B, and I just didn't want to deal with it. It was only $4, so it still writes very nicely. The erasers, I'm going to use an eraser that I have already used, just because I'm picky like that. The eraser works pretty well. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's not bad. This is definitely a rubber eraser rather than some kind of a polymer. I can tell by all the debris that it's leaving, and also it's a tiny bit gritty when I erase with it. So let me brush this away. Now I really kind of bore down hard on that, so you can see that there's still a lot left over. But just a standard writing, it works pretty well. If you want some, they are always up on eBay. This seller has at least a couple dozen going at once, and it's a buy it now feature, and it shows back up on eBay as soon as he's bought it. So my guess is he has a very, very large supply. It's kind of hard to do research on this pencil because it is the website's in Chinese and it loads very slowly on American servers. I really couldn't find any information about this particular pencil. In fact, when I Googled it, the Marco website that they showed was not marco-art.cn like it says on the package here. marcoart.com/cn, which didn't load. So that was nice. I'm going to try to do some more research on this pencil, and I will definitely post it to the blog in text form if I find it. Meanwhile, if you ever use this product or want to know more about this, just leave a comment below. So thank you very much, and I will catch you around the pencil blogosphere.